After 20 years in Parliament and serving in the governments of Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, the former Home Secretary, Alan Johnson, is stepping down from his seat in Hull at this election.
I have a huge amount of respect for Alan Johnson, but now that he's decided to go, I think politics there needs shaking up. We are currently coming on to the street that I was born and bred, and in a moment we will be passing the very house that I was born in. One of the reasons I want to support this constituency is this is my life. Hey, I'm Michelle Dewberry. Amongst other things, I spend a lot of time talking about politics. I'm therefore going to stand as an independent candidate in my home constituency, which is Hull West and Hessel. I'm going to align myself with the Tories on Brexit, but I'm going to stand for the best interests of that constituency beyond that. Politics should not just be reserved for the big boys.
Every general election, people from all over the UK pay £500 to stand as an independent candidate. Few are ever successful. With only 5 weeks to election day and with no party behind her, businesswoman and pledge panellist Michelle Dewberry decides to join them.
Who's this? What am I doing? Do you know what I'm doing? I want to be your MP. Do you know what an MP is? What is it? You don't know what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Being an MP means that I'm going to come and look after you.
Michelle is catching up with her niece and brother-in-law.
I was just sitting there thinking, well, if someone wants to vote, who are they actually going to vote for? Because I think, Carl, that Labour, people will vote Labour just because they feel like they should. Yeah. But Labour just let everybody down. Then I think, round here, I think you've got loads of people, being honest, that probably wouldn't vote in a general election. Yeah. Because I know that when I was around here, I didn't vote until I was 30 years old. I'm just standing as Michelle Dewberry. I'm not Labour, I'm not Tory, I'm Michelle Dewberry. I'm a Brexiteer. I want to say to people, if you're Labour, but you feel like they're letting you down, you can come to me.
Will your voice be heard, though, as an independent? Yeah, but if I vote you in, you might just be pointless, we might just be giving you a job.
Well, no, because ultimately I've got just as much of a voice as any other MP.
People will be drawn to you because of your strong personality. Obviously, you're very opinionated, but the thing is you don't hold anything back, so...
Good.
Obviously, I'd vote for you. I'd vote for you because I know that... Well, I know you anyway because you're family, and sometimes you just never shut up, so I know you'd win. If anything, I think you could make changes, and I'd like to help you.
I swear to God, I don't believe that you can hear me over there.
You can.
They promote her campaign on Facebook Live.
What it is, I know Michelle personally will speak up for you, and I know, if somebody tries talking down to her, trust me, I've tried talking down to her quite a few times, and I never win, and that's not because I'm not right, it's because Michelle's very strong, and she believes in what she's doing is right, and she literally, you've put all your heart and passion into this, and I think...
Yeah, I feel strongly about it, because one other thing, just so you all know, is because I'm not Labour or Tory or anything, I have no support, so it's just me, so if anyone's in Hull and can help me spread the word, handing out leaflets, sharing stuff online, whatever, please, I literally need all the help I can get. He's going to come and do some leaflets for me.
Yeah, I'm going to,
Independent candidates often struggle without a party machine behind them.
I'm so pleased that Emma Hardy is the Labour candidate, and I hope will succeed me as the Member of Parliament for Hull West and Hessel.
There was a clear choice here. There was a choice between the future that you could have with Labour and a future that you could have with the Tories, and they're very, very different. This isn't about personalities, this isn't about individuals, it's about the type of society that you want to spend the rest of your life in. And that's the choice people have got to make on June the 8th.
So, Mum, yes? I had an interesting chat a minute ago with this guy. You know, I've got no dosh.
Oh, yeah.
And no team, and nothing, basically.
Yeah.
I had this chat with this guy a second ago, and he's coming all the way from down south to Hull tomorrow to meet me, and basically what they are this company, campaign group, I guess, So they've got some business guy that's put a load of money into this fund, and what they want to do is change Parliament, Mum. They want more independent candidates. And they give support, they can provide people and funding up to 10 grand.
That's just what you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Yeah.
Here we are again, back out, handing out leaflets again. Anyway, I've got my mum with me and my mum doing the leafleting. This is, if you ever decide or consider being an independent candidate for an election, this is the kind of stuff you've got to think through. You're going to be sitting there and you're going to be spending your weekends when everyone else is in the pub. You're going to be like this with your leaflets.
Around the country, politicians continue on the election trail. Polls are predicting a landslide majority for Theresa May's government.
I can make you ice cream. We could be a sweet tea melting in your vice dreams.
If that's your policies, I hope you get beat. I hope you only get 6 seats. Well, thank you very much. No? OK, good trouble you then.
Despite her campaign being underway, Michelle still needs to register.
Today is an important day. So, we've got to deliver the nominations. This is my nomination pack. So I've got to deliver a nomination paper, an address form, a consent to nomination. That's all got to be delivered, just so you know, that's all got to be delivered by hand. Does it have to be in block capitals? Am I overthinking it? Why do I even have to do it on paper anyway? Why can't I just do it online? God, I actually genuinely feel nervous. This is like the weirdest thing. I need to get 10 names and addresses of constituents that are on the electoral roll, plus a proposer and a seconder. Originally I was thinking of using my own family for that, which just because it would have made life easy for me. But I actually don't want my family's names and addresses publicised for various reasons. So now I'm going to have to just go and find 10 random people that live in my constituency, check them against the electoral roll to make sure that they do indeed live there, and they will become my 10 people. So I'm going to do that. Oh, by the way, I'm obviously doing something right, because my odds have been slashed. I was 50 to 1 before, and I'm 25 to 1 now. And I think that's good. I think that means that people have more faith in me winning. Is that right? I think it is.
Mark Adams is from Campaign for a Free Parliament, a group which supports independent candidates.
It's a lovely looking room, isn't it?
It's very historic. What do you think to its suitability as a campaign room? Because I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The history is great. Cons, not very visible. So if you had, as often people do, a shop space on a high street, there can be hundreds of people every day walking up and down, seeing it. So you don't get that. That's a con. Now, I'm sufficiently interested in what you're doing to be happy to get involved on a voluntary basis, because I'm effectively self-employed, so I can do that on a voluntary basis. But I hope, it's working quite well. We've got a good rapport going so far. I think you can see how I can help personally, and I want you to feel comfortable just to ask me any time any of these big questions that you're worrying about. And if I don't know the answer myself, I'll be honest enough to tell you I don't know the answer, but I'll almost certainly know somebody who does know the answer. You are obviously the most valuable asset to this campaign, and we've got to use that asset, and that means making sure you're out, visible, being seen as much as possible.
Can I give you one of those? Thanks. Can I give you that? Can I give you one of those, boys? Thanks. Can I give you one of those? Can I give you one of these, please? Thank you. Thank you. Can I give you that? Thanks.
Hello, Michelle Dewberry, standing in the election for this area. Hello. Hi. Good. Thank you very much. Michelle Dewberry, standing in the election for this area.
You should just... I think you're doing it wrong.
Hello, come on, Michelle. Well got for you.
Oh, bless you. Thanks, darling. Can I give you one of those?
Yes,
thank you. Can I give you one of these?
So we're going to watch football now then?
Yeah, let's go and watch football.
Great. Right.
Goodbye. Tigers.
With just hours to go before registration closes, she visits an old school friend to get her last nomination.
So what it is, it's basically to say, you live in my area, basically my constituency, and you nominate me as a candidate. So you want me to stand as a candidate.
I do, yeah. Because I don't trust any of them. I don't like Labour, I don't like Conservative, I don't like anything, so I didn't know who to vote. But now I know who to vote.
There you go.
So I'm really excited.
Vote for me. 1:45. I've got... The absolute deadline is 4, but I've got to get it in before that so I can get the thing checked. And I haven't even got my bloody deposit. This is what I'm saying. They make it difficult. It's 2017. Why can't I just go in and bloody... Why ain't they got a PDQ machine? Why can't I use my card? Why do I have to wander in with banknotes? Can't even get 500 quid. I'm gonna go into my bank. Into my bank. I can't remember the last time I went into a bank. Sorted. Honestly, I swear to God, right, politics needs younger blood, fresh blood. But in my head, the system is just bloody skewed towards an older generation. If you want young blood into politics, the entire system needs shaking up. I've got bloody God knows how many pages of paper there to shuffle through to get people's details. I've got everything's on bits of paper. I've got to go knocking on bloody doors, handing out bits of paper with my face on it. Then I've got to go and hand in bits of paper to pay for my stuff. And then if you want to vote for me, you've got to go and sign bits of paper. We don't live in a bit of paper society. We live in a digital age. It's actually frustrating me, really, now that I actually think about it. It seriously is. Onwards and upwards. Let's register to be a Member of Parliament.
Jeremy Corbyn's campaign gains momentum as he draws massive crowds at his rallies across the UK.
This is Hull's finest export.
Labour are in Hull today, and all the spending on Jeremy Corbyn being here will all come out of their national spending limit. Not a penny of that will be allocated to Emma Hardy's election expenses, but clearly he's here to try and benefit her campaign. Hands up who's done door knocking and canvassing before. Yay! Yay! Come on, hands up. 300 doors. That's our target for tonight, OK? There is a script which I'm going to give to all of you. I'm calling on behalf of Michelle Dewberry, your independent candidate in the general election on 8th of June. We're calling to give people an opportunity to meet Michelle and hear any concerns you have for the area. Can I just ask you some questions? Right, are we ready? Yes?
Yeah! I'm a Hull girl. I'm standing for election in this area. I'm a Brexiteer and I voted for Brexit and I want to make it happen and I just want to change politics in the city.
OK, my love.
Have a look. We're out door knocking. We've got a right good squad going on. Just knowing that people are backing me and knocking on the doors for me, it feels brilliant. With me, it's independent. I purely and simply represent Hull and Hessel, but I'll be cherry-picking the best bits of all the different parties. We all agree on the same kind of issues. We want good schools, good careers, a decent NHS. We all agree, but then what happens is everyone starts arguing about political colours and parties. Who did she vote for? Oh, did she vote for me?
Yeah, she voted for Labour last time.
And now she's going to vote for me? Let's get those Labour votes. Yeah.
Back in the office, a setback to the campaign over what to call the constituency.
So, every candidate gets a Royal Mail drop, an election communication they call it. And how it works is that the Royal Mail do 1 free postal drop. So it's super important because realistically, because I ain't got loads and loads of volunteers or time, this is going to be my one opportunity to make sure that every single house gets a communication from me. So what you have to do, it's quite stringent. You have to design all your artwork. It's got to have all this stuff on it. It's got to say various things. It's really strict. And so we spent ages getting it all right. It's basically like my standard branding. And I've just had it rejected.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks very much. Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Yeah. Truly astonishing because they've accepted they've made a mistake, and they've let Labour through. Labour have called it by the wrong name, and I said, well, easy solution, make it fair. Let us. But that would still be wrong, and 2 wrongs don't make a right, and so on. Well, obviously 2 wrongs don't make a right, but it's just a question of having some bloody common sense.
So I've got my first ever hustings today. I've never heard that word before, but apparently it just means debate. It will be interesting because it's my first one, and I've got another 2, so I'll use this as a practice. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Woo.
Welcome to another Hot Topic election special, once again from the magnificent Guildhall in Hull. This time I'm with the candidates for Hull, West and Hessel.
I am standing purely and simply for the people of Hull, West and Hessel. I've had enough of politicians, no offence. I've just had enough of politics and the way it is.
But the NHS is a bottomless pit, isn't it? Is that there is not a top amount of money that you can invest in the NHS.
We should all pay a penny extra on our tax in order to make sure we've got a well-funded NHS.
Claire, your attitude frustrates me because what you're talking about is more money for the NHS, more money for the NHS. What actually needs to happen in the NHS is a proper review of, is this system fit for purpose, the way it is the right funding going into the right places?
Voila.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
Right.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. It'll be out the back.
Don't you ever get nervous? Don't you ever get nervous?
It's not ticking.
Huh?
It's not ticking around you.
Yeah, no, but I feel like a bit. I don't want to work. I don't know my face. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I think I know what it is. Yeah, I just get a bit nervous. I think, well. Oh yeah, I know what it is. Hey, look at this. Hey, now we're talking, kids. Look at this bad boy. Yes. Yeah. I'm safe. I'm not about to die, so that's good. Look at this. This is what one of my supporters has made me. Yes.
Do you think she can win?
It's still a huge mountain to climb, but before I thought it was almost impossible. Now I think it's highly unlikely, which is an obvious improvement.
It's skills like this that won me The Apprentice. Do you know that? I watched it.
We spend something like 11 or 13 billion pounds a year on administration in the government. So to me, there's so much wastage. They shouldn't have to be selling the houses and stuff like that and not being able to pass anything down that's wrong. No, I don't belong to the Labour Party. What would success post-Brexit look like to this community? Have we got any scissors to even cut those bits? Right, okay, let's go. Let's go before someone recognises us. I'm worried that this thing is going to collapse. There's so many issues that I feel passionate about, and at the same time feeling passionate about disliking politics and all of the dishonesty and the games that are part of it at the moment. And I just think we need change. It's time for some freshness.
I agree.
Do you?
Yeah.
So how much of a good job have I just done to try and convince you?
Yeah, you've done it.
Have I really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Will you vote for me?
Yeah.
Will you? I can't even tell you how much I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for your time.
Mark's making final preparations the night before election day.
What's the most important thing to do at this stage?
Wow. Probably, I wouldn't start from here is the honest answer, but we are where we are. We've got 5,000 leaflets. We're very, very roughly trying to target them in the areas where we found most support for Michelle, to make sure that in those areas they get a leaflet tomorrow just reminding them that Michelle's is on the ballot paper and to come out and vote for her. So that's our priority, is to get those leaflets out. The established parties will be knocking on doors from very early tomorrow morning, because they'll have got a lot further with all their volunteers identifying where their vote is, and will be knocking on doors of people who've said they're supporting. We found supporters, but we don't have the resources to go knocking on those doors now to say to those people, come out and vote. So instead we have to do it this way and just hope that they take the hint when we put a nice leaflet in their door telling them to do it. They will love it. They will love it. So that's the priority. Now there's a second priority.
He's never experienced anything so organised and entrepreneurial in his life. We go with the flow, it's exciting, and it's going to be a new challenge, isn't it?
I was sort of trying to say something like that, wasn't I? Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't want to let anybody down. I think people have trusted me, and they want change. They really want change. And anybody that's voted for me, that it goes in here and it means something. And I'm humbled by it, and I don't want to let them down, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Can't wait.
Come on, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to the Lake District.
There is less than 6 minutes to go now until voting ends at 10 o'clock, which is, of course, when we can bring you the results of that exit poll.
We will be bringing you live results from Dewsbury, from Hull and from Sheffield as well.
So the ballot boxes will start arriving from all the polling stations very soon after 10. And the first thing that happens once they're checked in is they're verified, which means they count the number of ballot papers just to make sure that it tallies with the number that's expected to be there. Then they'll start counting them into piles for each candidate.
You excited? Yeah, I think so.
There are 3 constituencies being counted in the Guildhall. There's a different room for each count. And there will be a series of tables, and there are the tellers, the people who are counting. You can keep an eye on how these piles are stacking up, and that will give us a fairly good idea of where you are.
Well, it's been an extraordinary night of results so far.
21,000. So that's it. Nick Clegg defeated. Alex Salmond has been defeated in Gordon. That's it. Massive win for the Labour Party. Sophie, a seismic shock going through the nation.
And now, the moment of truth.
I, Ian Anderson, being the acting returning officer for the parliamentary election for Kingston upon Hull, West and Hessel, do hereby give notice that the number of votes recorded for each candidate is as follows: Dewberry Michelle Louise Fay, Independent, 1,898. Hardy Emma Ann, Labour Party, 18,342. And I do therefore hereby declare that Emma Ann Hardy is duly elected Member of Parliament for Hull, West and Hessel.
Thank you for all your work. I really appreciate it. Will you take a picture of me and my mummy? Yeah.
Got 5.5% of the vote in the end, and I'm so proud. I can't even tell you. Brilliant to get my deposit back. I think I was entirely deluded when I came into it, because I genuinely, with my hand on my heart, thought I could win. Genuinely. It's been an amazing, exhausting, exhilarating experience, but it's only for the brave, I think. It's only for the brave. I've got massive amounts of respect for anybody that does it.